The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, because you could be watching this at any time of the day. It is your boy Ryan Z from Healthy Him here with my girl Malik H from Networks program, y'all. Say hey, y'all. Say hey to the people.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Good to see y'all again.
So y'all have seen Malik on the show before, and as you know, obviously this is the Healthy Him show. We have it every Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are live always, okay? So everything is authentic in the moment, and you're going to get what you get, and that's just that on that. Okay, now without further ado, we want to thank Pyro Media for always producing us so beautifully, APLA Health for giving us the jobs we have today, and CDC for bringing the Muncie Hunty, because without them, we would not have our program, nor would we have this show. Okay, so thank you all for being who you are. How you feeling today, co-host?
I'm feeling good. Excuse me, y'all. I'm recovering from losing my voice.
Okay.
She's slowly but surely coming back.
She is, I hear it. Okay.
So I am feeling good. Long weekend, exciting weekend, busy weekend.
That part.
We here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking me. Because usually Dwayne don't. He claims he do, but he don't. I always ask first. But I feel pretty good. I'm feeling like, I'm really about to get into some things with this show. I'm really excited.
Okay. All right.
We love that. But without further ado, before we start that, let's talk about what we do out here. So first off, y'all, we have our various programs. I got some flyers for y'all today. This is in Spanish, y'all, but y'all get the point. These are our various programs. We have the Healthy Him program, Networks, Party Wise, El Saludable, and Trans Wellness as well, correct. And is El Saludable on here? It is on here. I'll make it short because it's fairly new. But yes, so we have our multiple programs. El Saludable is for Latinx individuals, Latinx men who have sex with men, MSM, 18 and 34. They're not 39 like us, but Healthy Him, y'all know, is 18 and 39, Black MSM. So if you're Black, queer, gay, bisexual, however you identify, as long as you fall under that umbrella, as well as Latinx. For El Saludable. Now, for networks, y'all are open to pretty much everybody for the most part.
We spread love to everybody. Yes. For the most part.
Yes. If you're of color, then you're pretty much good. You're covered. As long as you're of color, you're good for networks.
Right.
So you could be a Black man, woman, don't really matter. Party Wise is for our individuals who use crystal meth, our gay men who use crystal meth, and then Trans Wellness is for all our trans individuals. So we have our flyer for Trans Wellness as well. I don't know why I never showed y'all this flyer. This is cute. Can y'all see it?
She's real cute.
Yeah, it is cute. And it's trans-led, okay? The program is trans-led. And a lot of programs I feel like the county aren't always trans-led. Some of them are, but not all of them are. Because I know it used to be not trans-led here. Like, this is the first time it's trans-led. Because I think our associate director actually used to be the coordinator for the trans program, which is wild. But yeah. And El Saludable, they have their checklists. You get STI testing, HIV testing, and then monkeypox vaccinations for up to $100, y'all. And obviously, we do the same thing because they mimic us, of course. But we're for Black MSM, so y'all can see that. Up to $100 for HIV, STI, and monkeypox vaccinations. We also have our POV for groups. Now we get into that. POV every Monday. That's how we start the week off. We have our runway classes taught by the West Coast Dolls. Okay, Byron, Diamond, and Tunde, and Trey Basquiat, okay? They all have longer names, but if you want to know, look on our Instagram or look right here, okay? Because it's all right here. If you can see. Can you not see? Can y'all see? Hopefully y'all can see that. Cool. Bow. Let's get into Men's Valentine.
Yes, Men's
Talk about
Mountaintop. Of course, if you know MLK's great speech, I've been to the mountaintop. So, of course, it's in the area, the Watts area, CDU, MLK area. And again, under networks, we accept this Men's Mountaintop is strictly for men, specifically who have sex with other men, but of all races, just a safe space, a support group for men of color. And we talk about things that just relate to our community, things that interest us, things that bother us. And we are going through a slight rebranding right now. We will not be having it this month, but we will be starting off fresh next month.
Okay, so
yes.
April is coming in strong. We love that. We love that. Come on. So also we have Thrive, y'all, for all of our positive individuals who need a safe space. Malik also helps essentially facilitate that. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So Thrive, it's once again a support group. And I know being undetectable, it can be a bit challenging in this world. And you need support. You need people around you who you can just feel go through similar struggles as you and support you and love on you and all that good stuff. So once again, another great support group. Dion does a really good job of facilitating that. So yes, join us for that.
Yes, that is the Healthy Him program. And also today is Tuesday, so it is hip hop tonight. Forgot to mention that it is Tuesday. So hip hop is usually every Tuesday, but sometimes he be picking and choosing when he want to have class. But it is today at 7 p.m. No, it's not at 7 p.m. Is it? Oh, it is 7 p.m. You're right. Yeah. 7 to 8:30-ish. They usually get out here about 9, but I say 8:30-ish.
Well, we having fun. It be hitting till 9.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we be breaking the sweat. Real fun, y'all. Dwayne, comes up with his own dances and all that. Sometimes, if we request like a little TikTok dance or something, we might get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he makes the stuff.
He got a twerk class coming on soon, so stay tuned. There's a lot of good things coming up. And then Thursdays, we have BQT, y'all, Black Queer Talks. We talk about everything between love, sex, relationships, and all those things in between. Every first Thursday, we have a Black queer therapist, Marty Sellers, who is so amazing. He comes in, we talk about different things, and we cry, we laugh, we really get introspective, and we really just sit with ourselves and really learn a lot from each other and just, listen to each other's stories. So it's always a good time. And then everything changes. This week, we are doing a spiritual retreat because I feel like the girls need it, mental health and just to relax and be calm. We talk about a lot of different things every week. So I feel like now is the time to just be like, shut up and sit in silence and just enjoy, the silence. Yeah. So it's gonna be a good moment. It's a good vibe. But that is pretty much mostly everything here. We also offer linkage to care. Our linkage to care person is not here right now, but we can all do it nevertheless. So if you are positive and you just found out, or you need to be relinked back into care, we can do that. We will send you right over to our clinic next door, and we can facilitate that all with you. Also, we have PrEP and PEP. So for those who don't know, PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. That is essentially our birth control, okay? Our gay birth control is what we say. But everybody can take it, okay? Because it will stop you from getting HIV or contracting HIV, essentially. It's one pill a day. And now they have the shots where you can get every 2 months. So if you want to do that, let us know. Because I think we're about to get that soon, actually, out here, which is great.
Yes. And then PEP would be like
PEP is post-exposure.
Plan B, right?
Yes.
For that. Yes.
Correct.
So if you had a night, you got a little risky, your little link hit you up 2 days later, like, I got HIV. Go on in, get your PEP on, do what you got to do so you can prevent yourself. But there's a period.
Yes, you only have 3 days. You have 72 hours. 3 days, okay? You have to get into care in 3 days or into PEP, get on PEP. Yes. Because if you do not, there will be other things that we have to talk about, and we have to take some other precautions.
We'll have to address.
Yes, we'll talk about other precautions.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that is everything here. We have an event coming up, TGIF. We will get more into that once we actually flush that out, y'all, because there's a lot of things we got to flush out with that. But we're going to talk about it soon. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be outside. We're going to be eating and playing, basketball potentially, and doing other things. It's going to be really cute. And we're doing a raffle. We're going to raffle off, hopefully, 2 tickets to see Chicago Bulls and LA Lakers. So if we get these tickets, y'all better pop up, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's topic, please. Kwame, bring it in. Let's go. Y'all, have we not given you everything? Oh my gosh. Okay, so as everyone knows, the Oscars was recently, the Academy Awards, and everyone is going off, the Black community specifically, especially Black Twitter child, going off about how Angela Bassett lost to Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And she didn't even clap. And she looked very disappointed. When they showed that Jamie won, she was just sitting there and everyone's talking about how she's being a bad sport, but then other people are understanding because they're like, no, she deserved it. So it's a lot of on the fence. In the
words of Piers Morgan, she didn't get the memo that even if you are upset when you're at the award show, you still need to fake it and clap for the winner. He said it's looked like she was smelling toxic vinegar and trying to just hold it in. But,
I mean, she gave an authentic reaction, an authentic Black woman reaction who works her ass off, and that's just period. But as y'all know, we usually talk about queer things. This is a Black queer show, but we are Black men first. We are Black before we are anything, and this is a Black situation and a Black problem, so we about to get into this Blackness.
And we came from Black women.
Okay, that part, period. Thank you. Now, first off, how much do you know about Academy Awards?
I just know that, in my younger years when I was, acting on stage a lot and I wanted to be a phenomenal actor and all of that, I definitely watched it a lot when I was younger with my parents. But yes, I know that it is historically very white because that is the origin. But yeah, I mean, I know that obviously people of color make it there because we're phenomenal. Black specifically, we're like phenomenal in anything that we touch, but we always seem to make it there because we do such a spectacular jobs with movies and all of that. But yeah,
definitely. I'm reading the comments. Dwayne said they tried our auntie for sure. Navon said so upset about how they tried auntie, disappointed as she should be. Blackness and Black women, come on, that's right. But yes, so for those who don't know, the first Academy Awards took place at Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood in 1929, May 16th to be exact, in 1929. And it was only $5 to get in, which is crazy. Okay, so that was the first award show ever, and it was only about 200 people that came in the hotel. Now, if y'all have seen or been to the hotel, it's still there. It's old as now, but it's still there. It has a lot of different energies. I hear a lot about spiritual things and ghosts walking around and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised because I'm like, Marilyn Monroe's probably in there. She probably wondering, who knows? But that's as far as we know about the beginning of it. Now, getting into this next question, do you feel like, I feel like I already know the answer, as most of us say, do you feel like the Oscars is rigged? Like, why or not? So we can get some things.
I think that it's only as rigged as like presidential elections. It's only as rigged as any type of election where obviously the majority is white. It doesn't look like us. So I'll say that. Yeah.
I think like any other award show, it's, I don't want to use the word rigged, but I feel like it's usually more in favor of our white counterparts. I want to say it is because they usually are able to win, even though the product is not as good as what we produced. And it doesn't make sense because I'm just like, okay, I see it. I see the vision. Because if we're going back, how the hell did Harry Styles beat Beyonce? Let's be real. Like, that makes no sense.
My thoughts on that specifically is that, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but especially from the conspiracy theorists that believe that the population of African Americans in America is way more than what they're telling us. Yeah. Who knows? But from what I've researched, I think we make up about maybe like 13, 14% of America. And I am very aware that with our Black artists, like we're so talented that we get all of the attention from all the races in America. So that's why Beyonce obviously is who she is, not just from her community, but from all the other cultures in America. But to say that with Harry Styles, I think to say that, that might have been rigged. I think that he obviously got the attention of the whites. And to put it simply, if there are way more white people in America than Blacks, to me, it kind of makes sense why he might have won that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some white people out there that don't like Beyonce, but they're gonna like Harry Styles. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, that with that, that's probably why he won. I don't know. But if it was an equal population, black and white in America, I think the vote obviously would have been different. But that's just my thoughts on that.
Oh, I feel that. Yeah. One thing I was talking about with my friend recently was how every white gay man wants to be a black woman, and how every white woman wants to be a black gay man. And I think when it comes to that terminology, it's like every person or every white gay who loved Renaissance is like, Renaissance. But then you have the white gays that are like, oh, but I love Harry Styles. Harry Styles is attractive. He's da-da-da. I feel like Harry Styles be queer baiting. We don't know if he's queer or not, but I feel like he queer baits a lot because he knows his audience and he knows who's listening to him and who's like really he's appealing to, essentially.
Come on, we know the times gay for pay. Exactly. Gay for pay. Literally, like they do it. So
they said Bad Bunny do it. They say a lot of different people do it. And it's just like, okay. But when it comes to that, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like his album just wasn't that good, like in comparison to Renaissance. But I see as a whole, I do know like white people they have a larger population than we do. Like they outrule us by so many.
And then that's just in number. Let's talk about, power and money, especially these are the individuals that created these award shows. So if you want to talk about rigged, I mean, technically, maybe, I don't know, but I think that, again, when you have a show that was created by whites and they have the money and the power to create it, I think that, they originally created it so that they can compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they were competing with each other with money, with power. You know what I'm saying? Because they all were wealthy. So I just think like when we come into play and we're as talented as we are, we have like our 12, 13% that's going to back us. But do we have the power? Do we have the money? You know what I mean?
That is true. So, and there was a comment. Kwame, can you pull it back up? I didn't see it. It really went past really fast because I'm trying to look at the camera, but then I need to look at the screen. It said something about gay club, something. I don't know. But as a whole, I want to get into the history of the Academy Awards once I read that comment. If Kwame could pull it back up, I don't know if it's going to pop back up or not. But I'll continue until I see it. But so the history of every other award show. And that's the one. That's not. Queer things happen in gay clubs. Who is that? Tarot Destroyer. Queer things happen in gay clubs. That's fact. 21 white people made up 59.3% of the U.S. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Black people who made 12.6. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Come on, stats. Yeah. She can give stats, but she can't be on the show. It's crazy. Anyway.
But with that, just so people got the visual, that's why they say we can't be racist, because we don't even have the powers, the number, the money to really be racist. But I'm going on
at all. No, I agree. Black people can't be racist. You should know this already. But the history, so to begin, while we are talking about this, come on. Okay, Kwame, you about to pull it up? I know that's right. Let's get into Miss Angela. Isn't she beautiful? She's so beautiful.
In all ranges.
Okay, and these are all the different movies she has done, all the different things she has done. She has done so much. But we're going to come back to this photo comment. I ain't going to bring that up yet, but thank you. But getting into the history really quick. Hattie McDaniel, for those who don't know, the 12th award show of Academy Awards, Oscars. She was at the 12th one, and she won for supporting actress. The same exact thing that Angela just lost. She was the first Black woman to ever win, okay? And it was for Gone in the Wind. She played Mammy, which is, racist, of course. But she played who she played. And her parents, she came from a, former slaves, parents, and she used what she knew of her grandparents and also her parents to portray this role that she did, and she won. And of course, I'm pretty sure white people were mad at that time, but the gag was she wasn't allowed to even step foot inside of the award show. That's the gag. She had to stand outside and receive her award and give her speech and everything outdoors. Now, I believe there is a movie where Queen Latifah played her.
TV show, I believe, on Netflix.
Yeah, TV show or movie, one or the other. But there's something out. cinema related of
I watched
her story.
the whole thing, but I can't. Wait, is it a TV show?
It might be. It's
Maybe
a TV
I'm
show or
sure.
a movie. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, but there is. I remember Queen Latifah playing her, and she did a great job, as she always does. But it showed her whole story, her whole life, her upbringing, and everything, and how she couldn't come into the. She put her all into her role and what she knew, and then she couldn't even step forward into the awards, even though she won. And they made her make her speech outside, and then they had an after party for all of the guests and all of the cast members, but she wasn't invited there either, which is horrible because it was the only white establishment. It was like, oh, you can't come in here. I know you're a part of our cast, but no, which is insane. That was Gone with the Wind came out in 1940, which is crazy. So this is important because it took 50 years. 50 years for another Black woman to win that same award that Hattie McDaniel won all those years ago, okay, in 1940. It took 50 years. In 1990, Whoopi Goldberg won for Ghost, okay? Now, for those who have not seen Ghost, it's a really good movie. She did that. But she won Best Supporting Actress, and it was shocking because it was like no one has won that in 50 years. And by that time, Hattie McDaniel had died. So it was like, wow, this is like a new thing. This is huge. And it has so much, that one award has so much history to it because I feel like essentially belongs to us. Always, because we do a great job. I hate that we're always supporting. It's never lead, but we can get into that soon. But it's just like, I feel like she deserved it. She definitely deserved it. Angela, yes. Angela.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact she didn't get it riled us all up a little bit. And I just think, like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a scream queen. They are both 67 years old, her and Angela. They are the same age. This is actually, both of their first times.
Their first time?
Yes. Almost getting the award.
Yeah.
Jamie actually got it. It's her first time winning, but Angela almost getting that close. Like, actually, no, I'm lying. She got close again for What's Love Got to Do with It. The same time Lawrence Fishburne also got nominated, who also lost. Yeah. So,
I mean, when we think about it, again, I love me some Jamie Lee, but I just think the work that Angela put in within the last decade, since she came out, like ever since What's Love Got to Do with It, like when I emerged into this world, like I've seen her working extremely hard. Jamie Lee, she's been in some cute shit here and there,
She's great. I love her.
Yeah, but I just think like the work that Angela put in, I'm not the most happiest about that. As far as Jamie Lee's role in the movie, I think it was dope that she helped the movie be what it was, and that's why I believe the movie everywhere. What is it?
Everywhere,
everywhere, all at once. That's why I believe it got like more than 5 awards that night.
They keep getting
but I think she helped support it for it to get all of those awards. But I'm like, y'all once y'all hit 5, like, okay, like we couldn't have gave it to somebody else at that point. Like we couldn't have gave it to obviously like Auntie who's worked so hard time and time again. Like she just keeps like reintroducing herself into the industry, like, and showing further and further like what she can do, like when she was younger, when she was middle-aged, now that she's older. Like, so I'm interested to see what what other movies, and I hope that this doesn't discourage her to not do movies moving forward. But it's like she just keeps giving them everything and more. Yeah. And it's like, wait, what more do y'all want?
She really gave a performance on that.
Yeah.
Comments. We got, let's be honest, when's the last time any of us really even sat down and watched the Oscars or Grammys? Now, to be honest, a lot of us have that. That's AG. So I feel like with the Grammys, I will sit and watch. Oscars is different because I know all white people are going to win. Usually, like they're going to win all these movies. But Grammys, Black people be winning a lot because whether you know it or not, we always behind something.
Yeah.
So
I think when it comes to Black people specifically, Oscars is very exploitative and abusive. As far as like what we have to go through in the film to even just get Best Supporting Actress, or no shade to my wife, I love you, Hallie, I do, but even having like a clip that's now on porn, that's been on porn sites. That's what got you to lead actress in, you know, the academy or whatever. Like, obviously it's about exploitation, it's about abuse, and to watch it, you kind of have to like expect that, oh yeah, like these, you know, I'm just gonna say it, the way they be talking, like these coons, let's see how they abuse themselves this year, you know, to get to this day or whatever. And I mean, a lot of the movies where we've had a lot of people win, other than Ghost, you know, with Whoopi Goldberg, a lot of them, it's very like the black folks are very, even in the movie, like obviously them during the filming are exploited and abused to a degree, you know, but even like their characters are like abused and exploited. So yeah,
it's kind of like slavery movies. Like, why are we still doing that?
Slavery, civil rights,
like, exactly. Anytime we do any of those kind of movies, it's like, why are black people still doing this? Why are you still wanting to act this out when our ancestors are literally turning their graves? Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, and the white folks are looking like, how good can you act like your ancestors?
Literally.
So that you can get here today.
Literally. And they literally will give you an award because they was like, you act like a slave.
You know, like, or how good can you act like you got a lot of trauma from your ancestors? I'm talking about you, Monique. You know, like when you played your role. And I mean, obviously she did a phenomenal job with that, but like Precious' mom in that role was very, very traumatizing. And that's why she gave that trauma to Precious. You know, so.
That's true. AG said 64, 97. My bad. 64. 3 years off. Sasha said it gives that they don't want to give too much to specifically black women that they feel already, quote unquote, have it all to me. LOL, because Angela should have been had one. Dwayne said it won't. She know what's good in the industry.
So did we really get into why, like, her response? I mean, I know you mentioned
we didn't.
My thoughts on that personally, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, how you feel?
But my thoughts on that, first of all, Auntie is a Leo queen. She my Leo sister from another mother. And we don't really know how to fake it like that. You know, and I think like in that space, in that time, she's thinking about the fact that she deserves this. Everybody in this room knows that I deserve this. Literally. So if I'm here and I know I deserve this, and I know y'all all know I deserve this, and y'all don't give it to me, I'm not about to sit here and play for y'all. I've been acting for y'all for how many years? And I'm acting in this space right now. You're crazy. You're crazy. Like, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
And then we have... I just jotted some notes down on who all has lost, who have should have won. So Will Smith lost for Pursuit of Happiness 1 year. Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne, like I said, both lost on What's Love Got to Do with It, because she once had that same role or that same award that she was nominated for. Samuel L. Jackson lost for Pulp Fiction. We had Derek Luke for Antoine Fisher and Oprah for The Color Purple. And it can go on and on. So many people have lost because they just don't want to see black people win. But we're going to get into Halle Berry and everything else and how this all correlates to sexual health, because this is what we're here at the end of the day.
And I was just going to say, before we do that, I do just want to acknowledge, of course, our black women that have won. It was about, other than Hattie McDaniels, other than her, the 8 other ones, of course, Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Hudson, Monique, Octavia Spencer, Lupita Nyong'o, Viola Davis, Regina King, and Ariana DeBose. So yeah, shout out to them. Because they're still, moving the mark for us. I feel like
definitely. Well, we're gonna get into it after this commercial break, y'all. Be right back.
Are you in need of a quick and easy way to know your HIV status? Swab and Chill is a discreet way to learn your status in the comfort of your own home. The process gives you results in 20 minutes. Swab the upper gums, swab the lower gums, and voila! Simply follow the colorful step-by-step instructions located inside the kit. Or call APLA and we can assist you virtually. In addition, all kits include condoms and lube, for that penetrative fun. For our trans clients, we have Swab and Chill Plus, a customizable kit for trans-specific needs. And we haven't forgotten about COVID either. All kits include personal protection gear, like face masks, comfortable yet stylish. A personal touch tool for dealing with those germ-infested handles and ATM keypads. Wet wipes for those little messes that need cleaning up. Also, keep that summer body protected with Swab and Chill sunscreen. And don't forget about our fanny packs for those quick trips to the store. All this can be yours. Simply call Swab and Chill at 323-329-9713 or email us at swabandchill@apla.org. We would love for you to be part of our Swab and Chill family.
Come swab and chill with us! We are back. Okay, this is the Healthy Him Show, y'all. Back again. Okay, this is Ryan Z from Healthy Him and
Malik Henry from Networks.
Okay, yes. And you wanted to say?
Yeah, so we didn't want to continue on without mentioning, of course, congratulations to Ruth E. Carter.
Yes.
She is the first Black woman to have 2 Oscars. She won her original for the category of costume design in 2019 for the first Black Panther, and then she won a second one for this year's Black Panther. So shout out to her. Yeah.
Okay, period. So for those who are just joining us today, we are talking about, have we not given you everything? We are talking
You're
about
trying to get to the Oscars too, girl.
We are talking about how our Black people in general, Black women specifically, but Black people in general are just not getting their due just. Like, they're not getting their dues. Like, no one is giving them their flowers, and they are not giving what they deserve. So we're talking about that. I know we usually talk about queer stuff. It's a Black queer show, but today we are talking about our Blackness, because this is a Black issue. Black Twitter is going crazy. Black community is going crazy. Okay, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about how it correlates to all of this that we do here and just life in general as being a Black individual. So getting back into the swing of things. As I mentioned, there are many people who have lost different awards. We feel like the award shows, to a degree, rigged, and always in favor of white people. And of course, they have a larger population and demographic than we do, because we're 12%, and they are like 56%, as Dwayne posted on the comments earlier, if you were not here. But I'm going to read some comments that we missed throughout the show or during commercial break. So AG said, I do want to include the fact that Black Panther is the first superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture. So with that idea, you can see how superhero movies are the new horror movie. Meaning that it's going to be harder for a superhero film to be taken serious. I don't know how much I agree with that, because I feel like although it is a superhero movie, I feel like you can still take it serious. I feel like you can be like, okay, this is good acting, because the fact that Wakanda Forever was a superhero movie and she still gave that, and if you haven't seen it by now, what are you doing? That's your fault. At this point, I'm about to spoil it for you because it's been like over 4 months. So anyways, Angela dies in it, and Queen Ramonda, actually. Queen Ramonda dies in it.
Oh, why you do these people like that?
They had 4 months, almost 5 months to go see it. If you have not seen it, that's your fault. So
you're why she didn't win.
Exactly.
Oh,
so Queen Ramonda dies, and even in her death, she gives an awesome, like a great performance right before it. Like, she's like, I'm not backing down to nothing, and it doesn't matter. But when she gives a speech of when she lost Shuri, and she's like, I lost everyone in my family. Like, she lost her husband in the last one right before it started. Then we lost T'Challa in the beginning of this one. And now it's like, she thought at the time Shuri was taken away and potentially killed. So it was like, at this point, is no one here? I am the queen. Like, have I not given you everything? Mm-hmm. And like, I felt that at the depths of my soul, because literally her, not even as Queen Ramonda, her in general, can we bring this picture up now, Kwame? Angela Bassett in general has given us everything. Do y'all see the versatility here? Mm-hmm. Do y'all see the depth? Okay, she has literally given us everything. Now, I will stand 10 toes down, my TV mom and my favorite Black queen actress of all time is Viola Davis. But baby, I will never discredit my Angela Bassett because that's auntie. Okay, that is still auntie, and she acts her ass off
every time.
She got Stella. How Stella got her groove back. Stella ate that. Okay, how to what? I was about to say how to get away with murder. I was thinking of my mama, but yeah, what's love got to do with it? She ate that too. Tina, what? She ate Tina down. Like when she literally did that role, she made sure she was in the gym. She got the muscles like Tina. She wore all the hair. Literally, she made sure she tried the hair on and knew how to do it. Like she made sure Tina approved everything. Like she was like, "Am I doing it right?" Like she is just everything. She played the Jackson 5 mother. She played their parent, their mother. She's done so much. She's done so much. So to not
she
get
played
this,
Coretta, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Who?
Coretta. Yeah, didn't she play Martin Luther King's wife?
I think she did. You're right. And she played Rosa Parks. She played Rosa Parks. One thing about her, the versatility. Okay, American Horror Story was a show, but like she still ate that too. And it's just like, I'm trying to look at the screen right now. It's so many different things she's done. It's a lot of different shows. She really does comedy. Like Meet the Browns is probably the first comedy I've seen her do.
She was still serious.
Yeah, she was because she's a drama person. Yeah. But it was good, and she's just so amazing, and I just hate that she did not get her due just. She's not getting her flowers. Like Viola Davis just became EGOT. So at this point, we don't gotta worry about Viola. Like Viola's good. She got EGOT status. Okay, she got an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. She is good. But for Angela not to get this, it's just like it's so important to us. But moving on, because we can be on this all day. Why do you feel like Black actors in Black cinema aren't really acknowledged? What do you think?
Why do I feel that way? I mean, I think again it goes back to the history. We as Black people are, when we were introduced into white cinema, because let's call it what it is, we were supporting. You were supporting, and we would do a phenomenal job with our role. But again, that would be to support the main character, or support a scene for a main character and all of that. So as far as Black cinema and all of that, I don't think there's ever really been a time in this country where there's been real genuine support. What it's been is, let's move out the way a little bit and allow y'all to have a little bit of y'all own, but actual support from us. And then let's talk about it when they do movies for Black people or Black biopics of stories. It's so watered down. It's so watered down that it takes away from a lot of who we are. I mean, you know, Malcolm X, his story, completely watered down. I ain't gonna get into that. But when you look at the producer, was not Black. Like when you look at people that were actually really like putting money into making the movie, and I'm talking about the tops, they were not Black. So we never really had that support. And support to me looks like you have a story of a Black person, and obviously they're controversial because in this country, whenever you're making things better for Black people, your story is controversial and you're probably going to be hated a little bit. But if we're going to make a story for somebody like that, let's put all of the money into it and let's not take shit out. Let's not make any white person look a little bit better, you know, because we don't want to tell their truth. No, if we're going to make a story about someone Black who was controversial back then and now everybody loves them, let's not play the little game of trying to make his oppressors back then look better. To me, that's real support. So until we do that, we ain't had no support on Black cinema.
I feel that. Dwayne said, and white dominated doesn't mean better than it just means more power. And there was another comment that he had before that, but I missed it as well. I don't think it's on here. But Kwame, if you can pull that up, because it's a way to remind us that we're still in a white world and white dominant industry. Okay, yeah, that's true. Very, very much so true. And I like how you brought up Halle Berry earlier, because it took her basically taking off her clothes to even get an award, which is horrible.
Absolutely.
But she recently awarded Michelle Yeoh, I think that's her name, from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes, with the same award that she won when she did Monsters Ball.
I'm sorry, it's hilarious to me because, you know, again, I love my wife Halle, but the older I get, the more Black I get, and I realize, like, you know, she is half Black. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's kind of a slap in the face, and it's comical that you're going to have the mixed black woman give an award to another woman of color who's Asian. It's like, y'all really think y'all funny as fuck, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really think y'all did something with that, and it's like, you're not doing anything at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is actually the crazy thing. Like, this woman, Michelle, is a woman of color. She is Asian. But the thing is, like, no one has won this award in 95 years. 95 years, y'all. So Halle was the one to win it after a certain amount of years. I would say probably like, it's been what, since 2001? I would say about at least 20 something years. It took her all that time to win this, and then another 20 years for someone else of color to win this. And then honestly, to me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like Asians are of color all the time. I feel like they are minorities. I feel like they can identify with being a minority. But there was this recent video. I'm gonna bring this real quick. Clinton said points are being made all over this chat box. I'm screaming. But yeah, so there was a recent video that came out, and there was this African girl in a school, and she was asking these other girls from Syria. I think that's how you say it, Syria. There we go. Basically, like, what is the first thing you think of when you think of Africa? And they were all like, less water, poor, dirt, all this other stuff. And then she was like, oh, where are you from? Like, and she was like, Syria. And she was like, oh, you got a nerve. Like, and it's just like, we think we have this commonality or camaraderie with other minorities, but when it comes to Africans or African Americans, nobody really cares or wants to really correlate with us or see eye to eye. They're like, oh yeah, we get you're black as well, and you are another minority. But it's just, for me, I'm above you. And I feel like Asians do think they're above us sometimes. Not all, because I know some great Asians, okay? But it's some out there who'll be like, I'm better than you. And I just be like, are you though? Because like,
I mean, I think, you know, that's as simple as in every culture you have the darker people, and they're not treated as well. So if you are, you know, a lighter Asian, you know, and you come from that culture where obviously like being darker was, you know, shunned upon, you know, if you have that, I mean, I can only imagine how you actually look at like black people, like this black, you know, they're
Wesley
probably
Snipes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably, you know, Lupita Nyong'o, like they looking at you like, girl, you're not even on my level. And it's like, wow, that's wild. But that's the reality.
Eats. Lupita eats. Okay. Daniel Kaluuya, my husband.
Every time.
Eats. Okay. I don't care. But I want to get to some stats real quick, y'all, because I got the stats for y'all. So first off, we have Wakanda Forever being the 6th highest grossing film of 2022. They made $858.8 million in the box office last year. Okay, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, they made $108 million. Yet they getting all these awards and all of this other stuff, but we can clearly see that the fans enjoyed, wanted, worshipped, loved Wakanda Forever. And even with the stats of, we listed earlier, thank you, Dwayne, 56% white people, 12% of us. Of course, we're all in the theater. So if we get all 12% of us in the theater, that's great. Where's this other percentage coming from then? And if that's the case, why is Everything Everywhere All at Once winning all of this when it's like y'all haven't even given all of the same money to them? That doesn't make any sense to me. Without further ado, like I said, Jamie, I love her. I love her. She's a scream queen. She's great. She's awesome. She's an amazing actress. I love Halloween. Halloween's one of my favorite movies, favorite horror movies at least. And I think she just, you know, she's a great actress. But her performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once, I had not seen it, so I can't say much. You have seen it.
I have.
So speak on it. Do you feel like, because you've seen both movies,
I have.
You can actually talk about it, because I haven't seen both movies, only one. Do you feel like her performance was better than her performance in Wakanda Forever, Angela's performance? Genuinely. I
think that as actresses, they're both riding on two different things. With these movies,
Definitely.
I think that Angela getting this role was like her royalty, her being the queen of Wakanda, is the embodiment of how we as African Americans see her because of her work, you know, and what she's done in the time that she's put in.
Right.
So it was perfect for her. And she did a phenomenal job. Jamie Lee in this role, it was interesting because I've seen movies like this where one actor or actress will play different characters in one movie. And some people can do it good and some people can't. What I will say is that she did a phenomenal job with what she did, playing different roles. And I think Jamie Lee is riding on multiple different characters in that movie and how she executed that. And Angela is riding on, in this movie, one role, phenomenal job. But us in this community, we're not just looking at that one role. We're looking at all the other roles you put in. We're looking at, you know, when you spend time in, I forgot what country she was in when Stella got her groove back and she went through that. We're looking at when Terrence Howard, you know, beat her up and what's love got to do with it and all of that. Like, we're looking at
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Lawrence Fishburne. We're looking at all of that, and we're looking at all these movies that and all this time and everything that she put into it. But as far as the movie, it's like,
who would you give the award to? That's what I'm asking her. You don't you going to death.
I mean, I just think like I think. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough for me. I mean, I would give it to her, obviously, but I'm only going off of, again, all of the roles that she's played, too.
No, we're going off of this movie.
The movie?
Her acting in the movie. Yes.
I wouldn't give her an award for this movie, though, personally.
Wow.
Oh, in comparison to her other movies, I wouldn't just give her an award for this movie.
But when it comes to supporting actress, this award compared to Jamie Lee getting her supporting actress for that movie, you would give it to Jamie Lee still?
I wouldn't say I would give it to Jamie Lee, but I don't know.
Who else will give it to? There was nobody else in the category I felt like was even worth it.
I mean, you know, I gotta be loyal to my people, so I guess I'll give it to her.
I gotta give
it to her.
You need to leave.
I gotta give it to her, you know?
So to keep the concentration fair, Wakanda Forever budget is $250 million. Everything Everywhere All at Once was $12 million. I think the reason Everything All at Once won so many awards because even with a small budget and low distribution budget, they were able to keep the hype up the whole time. I would give it to Michelle. First off, look, AG is a huge Everything Everywhere All at Once fan, and she will go to the depths to be like, oh, I love it. But I personally, I have not seen it, so I can't really root for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I can't really go much against it.
And again, what me and AG get is that you have one actress or actor playing different roles in that movie, and you either can do that or you can't. And that's Jamie Lee did it, you know, Michelle did it, like, you know, they did it, and it was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I can't even knock them for that, but obviously, yeah, like, you know, because we deserve that. You know what I'm saying? But then it goes back to, why is it that we're always looking for whites to give us something?
Validation.
To affirm us on our greatness.
Very much so. Validation. So,
yeah.
I get that. For me, I'm going to watch the movie. I'm going to see what it gives. Yeah. But I still just feel like I know what Angela can give and I know what Jamie can give. And I'm sure Jamie did a great job, but I just feel like Angela has, you know, she has it. But nevertheless, regarding budgets and everything, child, none of that matters in my opinion because it's all about your performance, okay? Yeah. That's all I care about. Because I have a web series, our budget was horrible, but baby, we act our asses off, okay? And we have a zero budget. Everything was free, okay? So, nevertheless, let's get into how this all correlates to sexual health because this is why we're here really quick. So in the Black/queer communities. So for me, when I thought about this, I was like, this relates so much to sexual health and everything we do here and just in society in general and our nonprofits and everything, because whites always have more access to things. Just as this situation happens when whites win these awards and they get XYZ and we have to sit up here and be like, okay, we'll wait until we can finally get the moment to get the validation or get that award. It's the whites getting the prep first, the whites getting the pet first, the whites being able to know their status and get the treatment that they need quickly compared to us, Black individuals, or honestly, all POCs in general, for the most part. And it's like, why are we always having to be, I would say, second hand to everything when it comes to white things in general? It's always second hand. It's always, oh, well, they get everything first and then we'll get it next. And then I thought of like the Tuskegee trials and everything, and how we don't always want to go to hospitals because we don't trust it. And it's like, white people have done so much to us in life, beyond slavery, beyond the trials, beyond everything. Like, they're still doing this shit to us today. Mm-hmm. And just with these award shows, it's like y'all are still slapping us in the face every single time. And y'all know we are bringing in all this money. We are bringing in all of this talent. We are bringing in everything. The music you listen to, inspired by Black people. The clothes you wear, inspired by Black people. Everything you do, I'm pretty sure is inspired by Black people. The lights you turn on, made by a Black person, okay? The camera you looking at through this, made by a Black person. Like, everything comes from Black people, and I just want us to get our, I'm very pro-Black, obviously. I just want us to get our flowers. I feel like we do, obviously, but like, not really. Black History Month is only 28 days. Y'all, that month was short as fuck. Like, March is long as hell. We should have a whole, every day is actually Black history, okay? Because American history is Black history is American history, period. But as a whole, we relate it all, nevertheless, to tie it all in. Black people not having access nor privilege to get the things that white people have. And when it comes to this subject, I thought it was a great one, because it was all over Black Twitter. It was a great topic to talk about because it's everywhere, but it also correlates to what we do here, and how a lot of people of color do not have the privilege to access certain services or get these certain things that we have here. And that's the issue. Yeah. And white people are always able to get these things, and like, everybody who white, they know about PrEP already. They know what it is. They already on it. They like, oh yeah, I got my friends and my girlfriend on this. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Black people are like, what is PrEP? What's that? Like, boom. I don't know. HIV tests, white people doing that consistently. They want to know their status. Black people are like, I don't know. And that comes with a little bit of our ignorance sometimes, to be honest. Sometimes we are ignorant to the fact that like we do need to test and worry about our sexual health. But I also feel like it's the having to pay for services. Because yes, we're a nonprofit, but then when they get linked into care, should they be positive, along that process, it can be free sometimes, but then sometimes you got to pay for stuff. You got to pay for medicine. Sometimes that is free or low cost, but it's still just like so many factors of worrying about your health, and healthcare is always so expensive. Well, white people are able to afford all these things, but Black people cannot. We don't have healthcare. We don't have access to do these certain things that they do. And that's the issue for me at the end of the day. So like I said in the beginning, have we not giving you everything? Like, why can't we access the things that y'all have? I don't get it. Yeah. I don't want to have to be a white person to access things. Yeah. Like, and that reminds me of Lovecraft Country. Y'all should watch it. It should have got a second season. Again, y'all always take everything from us because it's good. But it reminds me of how the girl, her sister, if y'all watched it, I can't remember her name, but she took like a little medicine or whatever. I forgot what it was. And she turned into a white woman, and she had so much privilege. And she was like, I really like this. And it was like, she kept doing it because it was like, dang, I'm not Black like anymore. And like, being a white woman is really like amazing. Like, I have so much privilege. I'm able to do so much. And it's like, it spoke to all of us, because it's like, what would I do if I was a white person for a day? What would you do if you was a white person for a day?
Probably gonna rob some stores or something.
You think you get away with it?
Hell yeah, I get away with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. They still be arresting people, girl.
I get away with it way more than me being who I am now.
I feel that. I think if I was a white person for a day, honestly, I would probably, I don't think I can say it on camera. Because that could be a charge. Goodness. But just know I would get a lot richer. That's all I would say. I would get a lot richer. But yeah. I just thought about it. I was like, let me not say it, because I ain't trying to get us canceled, y'all. Right. But anyway, how can we resolve the way Black people and the Black community in general see award shows altogether?
Well, before I even answer that, Elijah Muhammad of the Nation of Islam, he once said that as Black people, we love the white man because they give us nothing. and we ask for a lot from them, and then we still expect for them to respect us. And the way I see it, you know, we have honestly had a lot of opportunities to grow our own, to create our own, to take care of our own, but we are very, very comfortable in their space, being affirmed by them. And I think that, you know, to even go in on that, I know. Oh, we have to move. Yeah. So I just think that at the end of the day, like we definitely have to just focus more on building our own and creating our own and creating our own award shows and being confident in it, because we've all seen it. Like, they love coming over to our side.
Always. We can't have nothing to ourselves.
Yeah.
If you name anything Black in the world, it does not belong to Black people.
Yeah.
It does not.
Yeah.
Like the Divine Nine, it's created for us,
right,
as y'all know.
Right.
But white people want to join our orgs now.
Right.
And we literally created to get away from them, and now y'all want to join our orgs.
Yeah.
Like, we create Black spaces and y'all still try to join that. And it's like, why?
And then stuff continues to be taken away from us, because even after like the Civil War, through the Reconstruction era, like in the 1860s, Congress, they passed like these Reconstruction Acts and Civil Rights Acts. And then like Black people were doing better. We were doing good. Fast forward then in the 1920s, like the whole Tulsa, Oklahoma situation happened and they took from us. Then fast forward to the 1960s, when we had like the Harlem Renaissance and that, which, you know, helped like the civil rights movement and all of that. Like, we were doing better. We were becoming doctors, lawyers. We were doing a lot. And then here comes the crack epidemic. You know, so it's like whenever we establish something for ourselves, it's always taken away, and we're left in this place where we still have to ask from them. You know, we still have to be affirmed in our greatness, or just being humans. Like, we have to be affirmed by them. So I think it's hard, but we have to get out of like needing from them, and we have to like be strong and just build our own, protect it, you know, because the things that were taken and destroyed, that was ours. You know, it was, they planned that out. You know, it was like, that was strategic, you know, and they knew how it would leave us afterwards, needing from them with our hand out.
Exactly.
So we just have to, I feel like when it comes to award shows and stuff of that nature, acknowledging our greatness and our art, we have to create our own and just roll with it and make it dope like we can.
Yeah, and I feel like even with that, like, we had the BET Awards, but now that belongs to a white person. Like, a Black person
taken from us again.
Exactly.
Taken from us again.
A Black person sold Black entertainment television to a white person. So now BET belongs to white people. As long as they still try to keep making these Black shows and keeping it Black, but it's like overly dramatic now, or doing too much, and it's just like, it's not, you can tell Black people don't run this anymore.
It's the history of our greatness. We always allow them to take it, or we just hand it to them.
Yeah, and that sucks. It really sucks. But we always end our show with the advice portion. So what advice would you give our viewers who may feel unseen or not acknowledged in society, their art, craft, etc.?
If you are of color, just create and get used to not being affirmed by white people. Affirm yourself.
Period.
Yeah.
I would say self-love. Always starts with self-love. You gotta love yourself, know how talented you are, how amazing you are. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am the shit. And I hope Angela did the same thing that night when she lost, because it was like, girl, I'm still the shit. I got all these credentials and I'm still that girl. Look,
my viewers know I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am patience, I am worthy, I am healthy, I am protected, I am abundance, I am fulfillment.
Period. I know that's right. And without further ado, it's us saying bye.